this what you do? Anyway, I don't want to go there. Anyway, all right, coming up on the show today, it's a pleasure to host my one and only guest on the show, talking about female rapper, just an amazing lady. For those of you who want to be into music or you want to get into rapping, well, I'll tell you, this girl got what it takes to be what it takes to be a rapper. No, I'm not going to bring it back. Anyway, yes, who she is. Take it away. We'll be right back. Come on, show us a love, everybody. Thanks.
Hi, G Request Show. It's Kkamii Kitana. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I really appreciate it. I'm a hip-hop artist from Dublin. I grew up in County Meath, but I'm originally from South Africa. I'm half Japanese and I'm half African. And yeah, so I'm like a yin-yang. Before I actually fell in love with music, I actually was an actress. I did a lot of Broadway shows and stuff like that, but I chose music in a way, and I love his music because I always want to tell my story and not tell someone else's story, because when you're an actress, you're telling someone else's story. I wanted to tell mine. And yeah, that's pretty much how far I've come to, and this is where I am now. So thank you again for having me on the show, and let's have fun.
I'm in trouble, so I'm not gonna rap. Anyway, please jump to welcome my guest on the show, Kkamii, everybody! Hi! How you doing, girl?
Good.
Man, I like this hype. Come on, son.
I know.
Please have a sit, girl. Thank you so much.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So, girl, tell us. I like when she says you're two nationality, right?
Yes.
One from Nigeria, yeah?
South Africa.
Okay. The other one from Ghana.
Japan.
Oh, Japan. Okay.
Yes.
Just checking it out. Anyway, good to see you. So tell us about yourself. Well, when you talk about music, you're talking about hip hop. What really gets you into it? Talk about it.
Well, growing up in South Africa, it wasn't very easy. And in the time, I found that whatever I was going through or painful situations, I would write a diary. And then I found music. I was like, oh, I can put a beat to it. You know, I was just writing diaries, and whatever painful situations I was going through, I would write it down. And that's how I released my anger or pain or anything that I was going through. Yeah, it's like I found a loophole to pain. It's just writing it down.
Wow, just write it down. Okay, we're going to go on a quick break very quickly. And when we come back, I really want to go down to talk about more about how music become part of you. All good?
Let's go.
All right, take it away. We'll be right back. Thank you very much.
Hi, G Request Show. It's Kkamii Kitana. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I really appreciate it. I'm a hip-hop artist from Dublin. I grew up in County Meath, but I'm originally from South Africa. I'm half Japanese and I'm half African. And yeah, so I'm like a yin-yang. Before I actually fell in love with music, I actually was an actress. I did a lot of Broadway shows and stuff like that, but I chose music in a way, and I love his music because I always want to tell my story and not tell someone else's story, because when you're an actress, you're telling someone else's story. I wanted to tell mine. And yeah, that's pretty much how far I've come to, and this is where I am now. So thank you again for having me on the show, and let's have fun.
Thank you. All right, girls, so back to you. I'm very happy you're from South Africa, you're from Japan, you're from Canada, you're from America. Don't mind me, I'm just trying to get the word out for you. Anyway, back to you again. So music has been something for you, hip-hop music especially. So give us what are the things you do on top of when you come to music yourself?
Well, I started in the industry with acting, and I did like a lot of tours around Europe.
Yeah, go on, I listen
with
to you.
acting.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just felt like it wasn't the field for me because I'm a very original person. I like being myself.
True.
I found myself at a very young age. So because I think because of trauma, sometimes when kids go through trauma, when they're growing up in a broken house or anything like that, you learn to deal with it before your age. You know, your age doesn't make you wise. It's what you go through.
Absolutely.
You know, a 10-year-old could go through way much more than a 20-year-old. Do you know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I feel like that was kind of my inspiration that pushed me to music, is that I went through so much, and it was just a way for me to figure out how I can make money from pain.
Yeah, of course, you got to pay the bills, you know.
Yeah.
And what you mentioned there was Satoshi as well. You mentioned something that said when you were 10 years old, you could be going through something that is even bigger than someone who is even 20 or 30 years old. That speaks a volume because it shows that there's a whole lot going on, you know, and that could be very narrow. You can either go the wrong side or the right side. But at the end of the day, you got to be strong in there to know what you want,
Exactly.
you know. So for you, hip hop is what kind of paved the way for you.
Yes.
So since you find this energy when it comes to hip hop music, how far have you really kind of pushed yourself? I know you mentioned this could have helped you in different areas, but how far have you really pushed yourself?
How far have I pushed myself? My album's coming out at the end of the year.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Very good.
I didn't want to release any of my music because people know who I am, but most people. But it's like I wanted to come out and just drop the album, but I released 2 songs from the album and it did amazing.
Wow.
So hopefully when the album drops, everyone will get to hear my story.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. Well done. We love to hear everyone's stories, and it's good to hear your story as well. So let's go back a little bit more, back to South Africa, where you're from. What's like growing up there for you?
It was very hard because my mom was a single parent. So, and my mom was 49 when she gave birth to me. So I wasn't prepared at all. So that means by the time I was 10, she was retired. So she couldn't do much, you know? She couldn't work and stuff like that. So luckily my sister, which I love so much, she brought me over to Ireland and gave me a better chance, you know? But growing up in South Africa was very hard. I've seen so many things. Like from the age of 5 till 10, I've seen horrible things, you know? That I feel like has made me stronger because I feel like the more trauma you go through, the stronger you become.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that is kind of what people are afraid of. They're afraid of that trauma, but go through it and just come back stronger.
Absolutely.
You know?
Like Jackie was talking earlier on the show, it's all about
Yes.
this all kind of connections. And sometimes too, it's all about the right energy of people around you,
Yeah.
which definitely challenge you to
Yeah.
become that person.
Yeah.
And if we bring it back to music again, is you seeing hip hop as a place for you, which really paved the way. And then when you zoom it back again, your sister played a bigger role for you, for her to bring you here, that really transformed your life to where it is today.
Yes.
So my question back is, if you compare your life, if you were to be, imagine if you were to be back home,
Yes.
like you mentioned, your mom, because of the age and the time she have you, she's not able to put that to you.
Yeah.
But that change that comes in, if you compare yourself, say imagine you're back home and compare yourself here, how would life be for you back home?
It would have been very different. I don't know, because, you know, again, you are who you surround yourself with.
Absolutely.
And I feel like in Africa, you're from Africa as well,
Oh.
there's struggle
was
in
it?
our beauty.
Let me check okay, I'll leave that question for the viewers. Go on.
There's beauty in our struggle, you know?
Absolutely,
So I
absolutely.
think that's kind of what unites us. But also, it's who you surround yourself with. And I don't think I had great examples growing up because I went to the hoods of schools and I've seen people get robbed with all of that. So I've only ever had those things as examples. So who knows?
Who knows?
Where I would have ended up.
Absolutely, absolutely. And now, if we compare Ireland now, where you live, this is your home now.
Yes.
How has life changed for you?
It's changed so much. You know, I left South Africa when I was 13. And I remember when I came to Ireland, didn't know much, came here and I fell in love with the culture, fell in love with how nice everyone is.
Absolutely.
You know, and then the thing with the, hi, how are you? I used to stop and be like, hi, I'm good, how are you? And then I had to learn the lingo. They're saying that it's just a way of saying hello,
Yeah.
you know, in Kkamii Meath. But yeah, it's just, I think it's way much better and I'm so blessed and I count my blessings every day.
Absolutely.
Because there's so much people that are like me and sometimes, even to this day, I still think to myself, I don't know if you like that as well, where you think like there's so much people that are from our path, but we always wonder why are we the chosen ones to either find ourselves, to create a business, to get an opportunity. You know, when there's people or women that's gone through the same struggles as I did, and that's where like the universe comes in. It's like, there's just, it's so spicy, you know? That it's like,
I like it when she said that.
yes.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, some people, because sometimes I'm even like to myself, and I know I shouldn't, but I'm like, you know, I had so many friends, and, you know, she's a better rapper, she has, you know, a better look, whatever, but I got the opportunity. But then I think I just realized that this was my path.
Yeah.
I was meant to tell my story. Her time will come.
Absolutely. Come on. Come on.
Yes.
Telling your story. And that is the life we live in today. Yes, sometimes it could be more about beauty, how you look, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a saying that we'll say, don't judge a book by the cover,
Exactly.
you know. But I think there are some people who will stay in that category most times, you know. If they see you, I just don't like this person. What are the reasons? They can't give you the reason, you know. So back to your music, like you mentioned, for you, yes, the other person might be looking like this, but it's all about you. Someone sees something in you that make you become what you want to become. So let's talk about your music right now. How are you pushing this for yourself? It's really like island there where the industry, I cannot say if the industry is bad or in the middle, it's crazy right now, but how are you intend to get this beyond where it is today?
Yeah. I think, you know, the music industry has changed drastically over the past, I think, 2 years. Now, labels won't even look at you if you don't have the look. If you don't have, it's not about talent anymore. It's totally changed. It's about what you look like.
Yeah.
It's about, they judge these kind of things before they would sign you. So I think it's changed because in the past, when we were listening to the radio and stuff, we heard talented people.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do you know,
It's
the
all about
look,
talent, yeah.
yes, the look is what they brought
True.
to the table. Now, labels are looking for popular people. They're looking for people who has the look, who has the empowerment and stuff like that. So it's changed very drastically. So luckily for me, I was able to adapt myself
Very good.
and grow as an artist, you know, and I've just continuously just like worked on my look and worked on who I am as a person, because the thing that sells in music is individuality.
Yeah.
You know, if you are copycat or the same like the person they've seen before, it's boring.
Yes.
You know, you need to be different. Give someone a different flavor and let them just get a feel of you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you so much for coming on the show
you.
today. It's good to have female artists like yourself who are really standing up, because we want to see more female, you know, going into more
Yes.
music, stepping up, you know. Keep the past behind, rebrand yourself, renew yourself, think of what way you can get yourself out there, even though it's tough. The more the tougher, the better you become, because
Amen.
that's what life is all about. You
Boom.
know, boom, that's it. So you'll be doing a song for us at the end of the show. won't you?
Yes.
Yeah. And what would be is there a title of that?
It's called Bling Bling. Yes.
All right, so that's your music. Anyway, one of we can just block, and you will do the performance after the show. Thank you, girl. Give me a hand. of that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Give it up one more time. Well, this is it, y'all. I want to say thank you so much. So we're going to go on a quick break, but we'll come back. I'll wrap up the show. But first, we'll have some fun. We'll be right back. Thank you.